Namaste. Here are some tips to help you develop some great core strength. First favorite tip, interlace your fingers. Make your elbows as wide as your outer shoulders in the position so the shoulders are supported and stable. Then walk your knees back 2 to 3 inches and take a breath. Lift your spine, pushing out the crown of the head to feel length through your side body. And then you can keep your ankles and knees together with the toes curled under and focus on the actions. 1, squeeze your knees. 2, tuck your pelvis under so you feel your glutes activate and the belly move away from the floor. 3, press your bases of your wrist and forearms down and forward, and you'll feel a small campfire in your belly. You can hold this for as long as feels comfortable. Make sure you're still able to breathe. You never want to hold the breath. If you want a little more challenge, you can stretch one leg straight and count a few breaths. And then make sure you switch it out so you count the same amount of breaths you did on the one side as the other, keeping it even. Action, squeeze your knees, tuck your pelvis under always, press the bases of forearms and wrists down and forward. Last thing you could do, if it still feels too easy or you work up to this, is lift your knees up, legs are touching like a tail. Same action, squeeze your knees, pelvis under, belly moves away from the floor because of that action. Then press the bases of your forearms and wrists down and forward. Hold here for as long as you can breathe comfortably, and it feels good to do so. Now, you can build up to that, so you could do some reps of that, like holding for 10 seconds, coming down, and do 3 reps of that. So whatever you can do to your maximum for approximately 3 reps. Next thing, come with your back and head into the earth, arms alongside the body. Lengthen your spine by reaching through the crown of the head. Press your shoulders and sides of the ears to the floor, so the neck moves away from the floor and is safe. Then, key actions in the abdominal area, move your belly towards the floor. You'll feel your tailbone lengthen towards the backs of your heels. And then you can lift your legs, making your shins parallel to the earth. Flare your toes. Now, you want a curve underneath your low back, like a little mouse could run under. So you don't want it totally flattened. However, by squeezing your knees, that curve should get pretty exaggerated, and that's phase 1. Phase 2, press your belly to the floor, and then you get like a little tiny mouse curve. You could stay here. If any lower back vulnerabilities, just do that and hold, and it starts to get that campfire feeling in the navel. Or you could start to stretch the legs straight. Phase 2. Phase 3 would be lifting the head without craning the neck, chin not forward, sides of the ear stay back, and you could even lift your arms. So that would be the fullest expression of the pose, but you want to build up to that. Holding about 15 seconds, maybe build to 3 reps. Another exercise, you could arms alongside the body, same principles, head to the earth, shoulders to the earth, small curve in the neck, small curve in the lower back by squeezing the knees, and then gently pressing the belly to the floor. Then you can carefully lift the hips and hold 1 second and come down. Lift the hips, hold 1 second and come down. You could try to do that 5 to 10 times and see how that goes. Last thing, you could pull the flesh away from your sitting bones. Keep the heels dug into the floor. You could always take a blocker pillow between the thighs to get that galvanizing of the low back. Pull the belly towards your spine so you have that mini curve here. And then you can take the hands behind the head at the base of the occiput where the neck meets the skull. And then you can wiggle one elbow and take it across the belly to the opposite knee. And then inhale up. And same thing, opposite elbow to the opposite knee. Inhale up. And do that a few times. Little added bonus, as long as you're not dumping through the low back, but you're hugging the inner thighs in, feeling that lift of the lower back, belly towards your spine. You could even go across to opposite knee with opposite elbow, and then with the opposite elbow that you haven't moved, make the elbows move towards each other, and then exhale, open it up. Inhale towards each other, exhale, open it up. Inhale towards each other, exhale, open it up. So I just did 3. So now I'm gonna twist always on the exhale to the other side, and I'm gonna do 3, opening and closing the elbows, just like that. That works the side abdominals, the obliques they're called. So we've gotten into the 3 aspects of the abdominals. So as always, check it out and let me know how it goes. After all that, I want to just say that you could come into a juicy cobra to just gently stretch the abdominals. Maybe not your biggest cobra ever. Keep your legs firm, move the belly away from the floor, feel length through the lower back, and just stretch like that. So like a mini little cobra to stretch that which you've worked really hard. Thank you. Namaste.